I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. It means a lot to us. It's a great event. We had it up here because at some point people just have to look around and realize, you know, this is one of the best cities in America to live in. It's just sometimes we've been hiding it from the rest of the world. So part of the effort we're trying to do with Blueprint Birmingham is one thing we'd like everybody here to be involved with. It's a planning process that has now gone on several months. And it's gone on several months because we've had more community input than any plan of this sort has ever had in this community. It is a bottom-up approach to how do we transform the Birmingham region. And it really, at the end of the day, if it's going to be successful, it can only be successful through a large number of partnerships. And I was talking earlier, and I think I was talking to Justin, we were talking about the real effort of transforming Birmingham has to begin with young professionals. Because for the next 40, 50 years, this is your town. If you stay here, which we hope you will, this is your town. And Birmingham, I think everybody here knows, has so many elements that can allow it to be really the premier city in the Southeast. Now that can mean different things. What I think it means is the place to live that has phenomenal economic growth and the highest quality of life of anywhere in the Southeast. You know, somebody came to me and said, Dalton, you're talking about all this growth, you know, we don't want to be Atlanta. And first I said, well, you know, if you've been to Atlanta recently, don't worry about that. You know, Atlanta, which I like Atlanta, but they're their own city. I don't think anybody here wants to be that. We're glad we're near Atlanta, there's some great things to do. But Birmingham is an opportunity to be a much more unique, better place. A place that continues to appreciate what we have, but revs up the economic engine. And by revving up the economic engine, I mean really three things. One is continue to help existing businesses grow. Figure out what's stopping growth. Figure out how we can help existing businesses grow. And that can be a business from 2 employees, 1 employee, up to 1,000. We need to help the businesses that are here. Number 2 is, and this is one that Blueprint will have a lot to say about it, we'll need your help on, is helping this to be a community that really engages entrepreneurs. That helps make this a place people want to come and start a business. All people, from all over the world, and from every part of Birmingham. We need to help everyone feel like this is the place, the best place to start a business. And third, we need to do the traditional recruiting of companies from all over the world. We're seeing a lot of activity. That Birmingham is still a very popular place companies to look at moving and locating. We do a lot of work in that. Patrick Murphy is here, who works with us, does a great job hosting folks from all over the world who want to put their business here or expand their business here, and we'll continue to do that. But I think giving this talk is easy to a group like this because of what I'm about to say, because it's more difficult when you have folks that don't in their gut get this, but most people who are young professionals get this. People move where they want to live and then look for a job, largely nowadays. Now, the economy has made it so. When I got out of law school, I say I'm 44, but when I got out of law school, I'll be honest, I was going where I had a job. That was my deal. I mean, I went to Montgomery for my first job, and so I wasn't like, you know, trying to go to New York. I went to wherever I could get a job. But I do think that the real talent nowadays, when it comes out of school, says, where do you want to live? Well, that's a totally different issue then. Then you've got to look at your community and how we're developing our community. And I know that this seems so redundant because I've had conversations with so many of you already, and I know that you get it. The railroad part, for one. I was talking a few minutes ago, 3 years ago, I guarantee you on a day this hot, I was toting around boards talking about how we needed to raise money for our parks. And the first offices I went in, people thought it was crazy. You know, we started this project, I talked to Kate Nielsen, who's just done such a phenomenal job on this. The Community Foundation has just done a great job of picking up the banner of understanding all this. And Kate and I went around and we'd go separately and we would drag these little boards we had around. I used to have in the back of my car where all the edges were bent. And I'd go in and say, let me tell you what, I only need like $500,000. And this is going to transform the community. You get that look about, so you want to build a park. But I would always sell it, we would always sell it on the idea of this is economic development, because this will change the community. And I'll be honest, we had an event, what was it, Dave, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, down at the Railroad Park, the Green event, with our magazine. Probably the best event I have ever been to in Birmingham, Alabama in my life. Not because of the food or wine, I'm sure that was good, we all partook in that, but because people were walking around the park and for once believing, you know what? They're actually building it. This is actually in Birmingham and it's actually happening. And so that's the place we've all got to get to. I'll tell you, if we combine enough of the elements, staff gets tired of me using this analogy, but who's ever been to the beach with their family and there's always the dynamic of somebody wants to buy the small puzzle and then somebody wants to get, which was my sister, a 30,000 piece puzzle that you never think you're going to finish, which you don't unless there's a really rainy day and everybody stays inside and then you finish. Birmingham is the big puzzle. All these other communities, I think they've done some great things, but really, I think they're the small puzzle. It's kind of easy, they put together, and yeah, it's kind of cool, and it's a great place to go visit. But Birmingham has so many different pieces that are really, really interesting. And you can look around town now, we've got the Railroad Park. We've got Children's Hospital, which would be phenomenal. Those two will connect. We've got UAB, which is a giant, a great asset, but an asset that could become just absolutely world-class. And think about this, UAB now has around 17,000 students. What if over the next 10 years we took UAB to 35 and 40,000 students? You know? I think I saw somebody big smiling back there who owns property near UAB. That's exactly what it would do. I mean, the property value of transformation would be unbelievable. So what we've got to do is have a comprehensive look. And that's what we've done. And what they did, Market Street Services, who we brought in to help us with this project, is on their 3rd or 4th project in Nashville. Their 3rd in Austin. We went out and found somebody who'd been to places that wanted to really savor their uniqueness, yet make it a great community for economic development. And that's how we ended up with it. Well, they came here, they talked to over 3,000 people. A number of you were involved with that, which we really appreciate, and we need your engagement as we go forward. But we have got a plan developing that will be radically different than any economic development plan this community has ever seen. It's going to involve things like more parks. It's going to involve ideas of, that education is very important. It's going to involve ideas about that everybody is very important in this community, and that we need to have a rising tide that lifts all boats. We need to help people start businesses. We need to help people grow their businesses. But I'll guarantee you, the BBA is just a catalyst. We really are. And the definition of a catalyst is an agent that helps grow change. And like I told some folks this morning, if you had a huge room filled to the brim with hydrogen molecules and oxygen molecules, you just have a room full of nothing you couldn't see. And if you struck just the smallest spark in that room, it'd be a huge explosion and it'd be loaded with water. That's what we got to be, and that's what we want to be. The real strength in this community is everybody I'm looking at, and the broader community out there. If we all embrace our community, if we get behind certain ideas that we can build the best city in the Southeast, then I think we'll do it. And that's what we're going to be calling on y'all as we move forward. We have purposefully made this a process that is deliberative, gets a lot of input, and a lot of people are saying you need to release it now, we need to release it now, and we say we need to go out and talk to our partners throughout the community to make sure everybody's good, to make sure we're all on the same page, because we're just one part of this plan. And that's what tonight we wanted to really get with the young professionals. One of the first folks we're talking to about this, we would really like y'all to engage with us. And we'd like to answer any questions you have. We will be, as the summer progresses, the strategy will be finalized. And we'd love to sit down with everybody standing here today and say, can you engage with us and help us promote Birmingham in the 7 counties?